All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're glad want to welcome everyone here tonight. Very excited on this Friday night. And I hope you are excited too, because we're going to be talking about a lot of exciting things tonight. So I'm not going to belong the time. I'm going to get ready to bring up my mentor, the man of the hour, Mr. Three-Star Director, who's having a lot of fun doing this business. He knows all the facts about this business. And one thing I like about Mr. Ponder, he wants to see you succeed. He wants to see you have success in this business. And I tell you, if you want to get from debt to wealth, from being broke to a billionaire. He's going to show you how to turn your debt into expenses. You are in the right place. And y'all will help me welcome up my friend, my mentor. I call him the Mr. Navigator, none other than Bernard Honda, Mr. Three-Star Director.
Well, hello.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Before I say anything, my host has been doing some amazing things this first 2 quarters of 2025, from fatherhood to servanthood at this church, to being a great coach and leader in our company. I definitely have to give it back to Mr. Turner. Definitely positioned to help a lot of other people, but most important, he loves to have fun doing this. I know for a fact he loves doing this. He knows 100% of the facts, but I'm blessed to be able to be on the stage to share this with his friends and his family. So before we even get started with our LLCs, everybody put that in your notes. LLC stands for Lifestyle and Legacy Conversation. But before we get started, please make sure y'all give, if anybody deserves that kind of warm welcome, it's definitely Miss Turner. So before we begin, let's go ahead and give that back to Mr. Reginald Turner.
Yeah.
All right, y'all ready? How y'all feeling?
Awesome. We're excited. We're ready. We're ready.
This truly is my favorite part of the day because it only sharpens our axe. Anybody here to sharpen their axe?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
They
we
say
are.
he said so many great things about me, but you truly are a sum total of the people that you surround yourself around. Myself, Bernard, grew up on a traditional way of thinking: go to school, get some good grades, go to college, graduate, and get that quote unquote good job. Anybody else was taught that growing up?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I have.
Awesome, awesome. I actually did that to a certain extent. I want to say, but I might get beat up on this Alabama call. But I went up to one of the best HBCUs in the whole entire world, Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University. I studied broadcast journalism, TV, and radio, and I minored in music production. I had the ability to actually do 2 Super Bowl performances, one on with Prince, rest in peace, the inauguration parade for Barack Obama, America's Best Dance Crew in 2009, right after 2008's inauguration parade. So I had a lot of fun, but I came to a place where I found out that the traditional route wasn't for everybody. Has anybody met anybody who did not follow that to the T?
Yes.
Is it safe to say you can still be successful, but besides doing those 3 or 4 steps? And I found myself around a group of people in the home-based business industry, because right out of college, I actually got a chance to become a federal officer. I just posted that the other day with a big little company with the initials TSA. I got a chance to actually become a FAM, which is a federal air marshal back in 2012, 2013. I had locks. I was able to conceal a weapon on the plane here in Atlanta, Georgia, if I had not said that yet. But I did so many different things, but I just still found myself in a position where some jobs will let you go or replace you because of equipment. Anybody has ever been let go or seen some people let go?
Yes.
Okay. So, just a typical story. But nonetheless, is that was a part of my journey. But I came across the home-based business industry, and I've always been in a position where I worked different jobs. I either had money with no time or I had time with no money. And at one point in time, I was like, this should kind of balance out and make it easier. I shouldn't always be chasing Paul or Peter. How many people know the story about chasing Peter to pay Paul, that whole rat race? And I was just like, at that young age, I'm like, it got to be something a little bit better. And I came across this industry and I found MWR Financial. If you guys do not know what the name of the company that we're about to share with you in a short period of time, I want you to put that in the chat. MWR Financial. That stands for Make Wealth Real Financial. We're a group of individuals from all different walks of life. It is a future billion-dollar company. But like I said before, we're a group of people from all different walks of life. And we actually got a chance to partner with $1 million team called the Extra Digit Movement. Can somebody put EDM in the comment section? So with that being said, the Extra Digit Movement have came up with 5 simple steps, which we're going to go over in this short period of time. And Mr. Turner, if you can come back on and join me in conversation, because this is not a lecture. We're not going to hold you guys in. You're at home. Because at any point in time you want to get off, you can get off. But this is recorded, and this is in the position to be able to share this with your friends and family once it is over. If you like some of the things that we liked, we encourage you guys to share it with them. So with that being said, let's get ready to dive on in. These are the 5 simple steps that we utilize to enhance your legacy and your lifestyle. Is that anything that anybody on this line wants to do?
Yes.
All right, so we got all in the right place at the right time. So listen, a lot of us actually grew up on the traditional way of thinking. Most people end up going to school, becoming a student. After that, we actually become employees. Some people actually figure. Let's talk real, because this is the conversation, not like a presentation. Has anybody ever been at their 9 to 5, their 5 to 9, and it was like, dang, I need a little bit more money?
Yes.
Yes.
And then you get into that entrepreneur spirit, and it's like, man, I know I can serve. My good book says service to many leads to greatness. So with me, I own about 4 or 5 different services and products, which puts me in this category next of you guys see on the screen, which is a business owner. And some even people pick the career choice of being in the military. But just sharing this a little bit, Mr. Turner, is it safe to say that college tuition is kind of high?
Yes, it is. Very high.
It is. So, and I know some of us haven't been in college in a few years, but attempt going back today. The average cost is about $38,000 per year, and you know that's about 4 years, and that's putting a lot of kids this day at about $250,000 to $500,000 in student loan debt. But we want to show them how to actually become free. Some people become employees. The average salary right now is about $60,000. How many people are actually alive in the 90s?
Yeah.
Okay, right? I ain't dating nobody age but mine, right? But the biggest thing is that would $60,000 be a nice annual income in the 90s?
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
What about today?
No.
Mm.
The question always goes to people's head is like, think about taxes, right? Taxes is one of our biggest expense. Is taxes higher or lower now than it was in the past?
Much higher.
Is much higher. And if we keep on the same path of the trajectory of where we've been, will there be taxes be higher or lower in our future?
Higher.
Higher.
We all agree, right? So the key
Yes.
thing is that understanding that right now the average salary is $60,000, and if taxes and inflation and bills and all these things keep going up, but our paycheck stays the same, retiring at the age of 67 becomes a little bit more challenging when it comes to options in life, right? They tell
So
us
true.
nowadays in a lot of financial classes that you need about $600,000 set aside just to be able to live comfortably. My grandmother passed away in 2016, and she was living off of Social Security check. And I understood at that point in time in my life that Social Security checks were really slim. And some people were actually relying on that to live. So how many people are actually now looking for more options? A lot more
Yeah.
people, right?
Yes, that's right.
So
Mm-hmm.
the next option, what else we do? We become a hustler, we become an entrepreneur, right? And then a lot of times we become a business owner, but that takes about 2 to 3 years to make a profit. We've all heard that, right? Because these are the
Right.
options that we have out here. And that even if you are a student employee, you can still work a part-time business on your own. But the key thing is that 20% to 70% of people fail in their first 10 years of doing business. So we want to actually have this conversation and not make it so dead and give you guys a little bit more life to give you some possibilities for you all who are currently business owners or looking to become business owners. How many people have some friends, family, uncles, cousins, brothers in the military?
Yes.
Understanding this conversation about our 5 simple steps to
This
wealth is
meeting
that
is being recorded.
most people are about most people in the military actually spend about 20 years to be able to retire comfortably at like 65. But everybody knows what's going on in the country right now and across the seas. A lot of families right now are taking huge sacrifices of worrying about their beloved military family. They're away from their families and they're exposed to danger. So, nonetheless, if you guys are ready, say I'm ready.
Ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Over the next 20 minutes, we're going to show you guys the impact of a home-based business. So put that in your notes, put that in the comment section, HBB. You guys going to hear that? You'll see it on social media a lot, but it's a lot of benefits of starting a home-based business. So, Mr. Turner, can you break down these three things right here for them and let them know a little bit about what do we do?
Can you go ahead? Can you keep rolling?
I'm sure. Absolutely. I know you're working on some technical stuff for me in the background too. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys see it on the screen. What do? We help people get paid, positioned to be paid. How many people want to get paid?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
One of the first things as being a federal officer, I always wanted options. I wanted to be able to diversify my cash flow. I always heard people say you don't put all your eggs in one
One
basket,
Basket.
right?
Mm.
And you want to diversify your portfolio. So with that being said, no matter who you are, a lot of people who are maybe in their 20s and 30s, they may be focused on their lifestyle right now. How many people know people in their 20s who want to keep more of their money? They're understanding what Uncle Sam is and taxes is. They're like, man, why did I get this brand new job at McDonald's? And they took about 10 to 20% out of my check, right? They're learning at that age, right? How to actually
Yes.
become, who they are. Some people are in their lives. I know a lot of my friends in their 30s right now, they actually are looking for luxurious things. They're looking for the name brand things, or they're looking to travel. They're looking to get the nice cars or the nice homes, right? This company positions you not only help you keep more of the money that you're already earning, because the government, the banks, and big businesses take a lot of our money from us. But we want to show you guys how to help you make more money from what you're already doing. But not only that, everybody say your last name.
Turner.
Hill.
Like,
Under, right? I encourage people to think about your last name more than your first name, because it's not about what we do, it's about who we help along the journey. Can anybody kind of attest or agree to that? It's
Yes.
not about us, it's about like I'm still celebrating Father's Day, y'all. Like my daughter been running around, we still having a good time. We've been going to the library every day this summer. We done found, and I'm throwing a shameless plug out to the libraries, right? If anybody don't know that the libraries have a lot of classes, y'all should get into them. But for you all who are focused on your legacy, we're going to show you how we're helping people make their money make money. Okay. So what are we referring? Why did this person invite me to this Zoom? Why am I here still listening to you, Mr. Ponder? We have a lifestyle and legacy membership, and that's the key thing that I want everybody to focus in on. Put that in your notes, put that in the chat. Legacy membership, lifestyle and legacy membership. At the end of this conversation, I'm gonna give you guys a gift, and for you all who can stick around to the end, you guys gonna see the benefit of the gift. But the biggest thing is that our number one product is our service is the opportunity to become a home-based business owner. In marketing, we brand ourselves as LLCs. We are lifestyle and legacy coaches in a lifestyle and legacy company. Our home-based business, just like any LLC, is only $100. So put that in your memory and let it stick. But what we offer as a product, everybody say product.
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 We offer a team of financial experts. Everybody say experts.
Expert.
expert.
Our experts are $149 per month. Has anybody had to pay an expert for some services?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I needed new tires. My tires are $300 a pop. And then they throw in this service fee charge, a labor fee of like $65 on top of it, right?
Mhm.
But ladies, when it's time to get your hair done, do you do your hair or you go to a professional? Men, when you need the oil change, we can do it ourselves, but don't we go to a professional? When it comes to our
Mhm.
taxes, debt, credit, and bills, if we didn't go to school for it, shouldn't we go seek wisdom or experts who specialize in that stuff?
Yes.
Mhm.
That's why you're here. MWR Financial provides you with a full team of financial experts to help you save, make, and grow your money in whatever time frame or whatever area that you want to grow it in. Okay. The beautiful thing about this conversation is that all you need is typically a house or apartment. Everybody shout out right now. And I'm kind of getting out business. Are you at your house or your apartment right now? Are you at home? Is it safe to say everybody's at home? Right. Right. Everybody's at home. So everything to run this business, you already have. How many people have lights?
Yes,
How many people have a cell phone?
yes,
Yes.
Internet, gas
Yes.
bill,
Yes.
water bill.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing if you had a let's say you own a Kroger, you own a shopping center, you own anything. Aren't those the same bills you have to pay in that business?
so true.
Yes.
So I want you guys to compare that and think about it. If you already live in an apartment, you already have a house, most people are throwing away $20 a day. You add that up times 30, that's $600 per month that you're throwing out the window because you are still stuck in the highest tax bracket. What tax bracket is that, new people? That is the W-2 tax bracket. And it's nothing against jobs because that brings cash flow, right? To do what you want to do later on in life, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Put this in your
Mhm.
notes. One of the strategies in our trainings that we teach is called cash asset cash flow. Everybody say that with me? Cash
Cash
asset
asset
cash
cash
flow.
flow.
What a lot of people do in the country is they take their cash and they put it in trash. The buck stops at a lot of places. Is that making sense?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to educate people on how to go from W-2 over to capital gains. Because if right now, if you're working only under in your financial portfolio under the W-2 tax code, you agree and you're telling the government loud and loud and loud that please take 30% out of every dollar that comes to my name. Everybody agree that's what that means, right?
Yeah.
The thing is that where people who are having their money make their money more money, that means capital gains. And that's another tax bracket. That money is taxed at less than 15%. Let's say, for instance, that the Hills are investors, but Bernard is a business owner. Or let's say that I'm an employee. The Hill family actually makes $100,000 minimum every year. Anybody will be okay with the $15,000 that they have to pay in taxes?
Right. Yes, sir.
A little bit better than me making $100,000 at my job and they having to take $30,000 out of my check. Which one you guys want? The $15,000 taken or the $30,000?
15.
So the reason why we're having this conversation is because we're showing people how to do that same scenario. Take the cash that they have, buy and build. Everybody say buy and build.
Buy and
Buy
build.
and build.
Buy and build into a home-based business that lowers your tax percentage by 10%. That's 20% taken out of your check every single month versus 30%. Is that clocking with everybody so far?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
My
Mhm.
lady is an accountant, over 25 years of plus of experience. I'm super excited to have her as my lady because she's actually educated me on all of this and is making it come to fruition that it makes sense that, bro, you need a home-based business no matter what you do, okay? So our membership has a lot of benefits. The key thing is that your team of financial experts typically does all the things that you don't want to do. Anybody ever attempted to fix their own credit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been in the process. I don't know if you haven't, let me tell you my story, right? Is that I had to write those letters, right? You had to follow back with the Experian, with TransUnion, with Equifax to get them on the same page. No, my credit score ain't 540, it's 548. Little crazy conversations like that. Y'all see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the key
Mhm.
thing now is your experts do all that for you. They follow up with you and actually talk to the creditors on your behalf. If you're worried about money, because we're only talking $149, right? Everybody say 149.
149.
149.
I always tell people, definitely my college students, ask 3 friends for $50, or y'all add up the rest of that, 6 friends for $25. Take advantage of this because if they do, you get a money back guarantee if we can't help you do any of the things that you see on this current slide. Take a look at it. Let it digest in some of the things that you're looking at. You see an arrow to the left that's going up. You see an arrow to the right that's going down.
Going down.
That is what this membership does. And for you all who are married or have that significant other, I've been in this industry for 13 years. You do not have to go and get another membership for your spouse. It's included. Everybody say it's included.
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 Or I
Included.
should say they are included, right? So your spouse for 149 while they're working on their taxes getting lowered, their debt getting lowered, their bills getting lowered, yours is too. Those are liabilities going down and your assets going up. Put this in the comments. 3 down equals 1 up. 3 down equals 1 up. And let's not get this twisted. You guys can do this on your own, but it's better. Isn't it better? What's the saying? 2 heads are better than 1, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So the key thing is not only you looking at your taxes, debt, bills, and stuff, it's your experts helping you along with their expert eye. So the key thing is in our membership, we're gonna first focus on your taxes because we call it the chainsaw massacre. Okay. Everybody pays state taxes, alarm taxes, tag taxes, sales taxes. We all know the taxes, right? We can't avoid them, right? But it's also married to the thing called debt. Okay. Debt, we like to say, is the family curse because most families these days, don't mind my slang, these days. Most families these days are passing out generational debt versus generational wealth. Y'all feeling me?
Yes.
Also, bills, we show you all how to turn your bills into expenses. We all understand if we work a W-2 job that our bills are going to come every 30 days no matter what, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
However, if you transition your tax code, everybody say tax code,
Tax code.
from a W-2 to a home-based business, you now turn all your bills into expenses. Why is that? Bills are not tax deductible. Excuse me. Bills are tax deductible, expenses aren't. I got it backwards. And the lightning is bothering you. Look, man, Patrice, come on, teach this class, right? In where am I at? Bills are not tax deductible, but expenses are. Right?
Yes.
Y'all family. I appreciate y'all working with me. Right? The beautiful thing is that you guys can cancel anytime, right? However, I haven't seen too many people cancel when they have experts lowering their taxes, minimizing their debt, minimizing their bills, so their credit score goes up. That's the one thing that goes up. In this company, the average return on investment, ROI, is over $2,000 per month, not one time. Everybody is in different tax brackets. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Averages are different. Me being in my early 30s or whatnot, mine was actually extra $550 for my job. If you know anybody who works a job, one of the first things that we encourage people who work a job do is upload their 2 pay stubs and their most current tax return. What that will bring them is an instant pay raise on average of $300 to $600 every single month. Mine was $550 as a manager of a budget in Avis here in Atlanta, Georgia. All right. Is that making sense?
No, sorry, Mr. Ponder, would you just repeat that? Would you?
Absolutely. One of the first things when you see to the right, it says taxes going down. The
Yeah.
first way we actually do that is because, again, bills are not tax deductible, but expenses are. When you go from employee to a home-based business owner, we can lower your taxes on your job immediately because now you need your cell phone bill to run this business. I need this internet to run this business so you can write all of that stuff down. And most people are used to getting a tax refund. Am I correct? Re means a
Yes.
gun, again, fund means my money. As entrepreneurs or home-based business owners, we show you how to get the money in April, May, June, July, versus waiting towards January and February, and then the government taxing you another 1/3 on what's already yours. Are we tracking?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So again, I think I want to make sure that Patrice understands that anybody who works a job, our company says upload your 2 pay stubs. If you've been in the job for more than a month or 2 months, you got 2 pay stubs. And you can upload your tax return, not last year's, but up to 3 years so they can get a good adjustment on your W-4 paperwork. W-2 is what we turn in to get tax refunds, right? But W-4 is the paperwork that we use to adjust how much our employers take out of our check every single month. Is that good?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. So as I run through this, your role is, if somebody say, what's my role?
What's
my
my-
role?
Oh,
I'm glad you asked. All you do is upload your documents. So when it comes to your bills, you upload all your bills to the portal so your experts can call on your behalf to get your cell phone bill down, your internet, your gas bill. That's just a piece of it.
mhm.
This is how we get these things up to that $2,000. Is that making sense?
Yes.
All right. Their role is to ship that money back to you in your household. So listen, these are the next level strategies. Somebody say next level.
Next level.
For you all who have 401ks, for you all who may have investment income or some disposable income. Everybody say disposable income, right?
Disposable income.
Right. We have about 4 different products, and these are products that we actually offer. You have free consultations with. Number one, to become your own bank. We call this a PRA. It's a private reserve account. Just like the 401k, this doesn't is connected to the stock market, but when the markets go down, you do not lose money. Anybody like that?
Yes, yes.
When the markets go up in a PRA, your money goes up. Anybody familiar with an IUL?
Mm-hmm.
This is collaborative, just like that. We also put people in a position to actually purchase land. We have a big lot of land in Antelope Valley, California, and the reason why we're promoting this land so much for people who are in a position to invest in their own parcels of land. The Olympics are coming to Antelope Valley in 2028. The good thing about this is kind of like what is it called? Silicon Valley. Y'all know where Facebook is at, Google's at. Antelope Valley just put Kaiser Permanente headquarters there. Warren Buffett just put a $2.8 billion transit system from Las Vegas to Los Angeles through it. But keep this in mind. In Antelope Valley, California, to the left is water. To the north is mountains. To the south is Mexico. Yet to the right is open land. Put this in your notes. Path of growth. Path of growth. We're teaching people how to purchase land in the path of growth. If you guys were here in Atlanta in 1996, you guys know about the Olympics. But what happened in 96 was 10 years before that, in 86, they promoted that the Olympics were there. Anybody ever been to Atlanta?
Yes.
Atlanta went from 2-lane expressways to 4 and 5-lane expressways. All the big companies started coming. So that's the same thing that's duplicating out in California. The third thing is precious metals. We're positioning people to actually invest into what I call God's money, right? God ain't creating no more dirt, and I don't think none of us can create our own metals, right? So we're putting people in a position to actually purchase platinum, gold, silver, whatever you want to purchase. But lastly, trust funds. Everybody say trust funds.
Trust fund.
Trust funds.
And if we're talking wealth, one of the most important things right now for us all as a community to understand is that wills will leave you in probate court. Anybody ever heard of James Brown, Aretha Franklin?
Yes.
Still fighting over some of those things in probate court. However, if you put it in the trust fund, we'll teach you guys how the structure and jurisdiction and common law, we go through all those different things, but we help you guys create 3 different trust funds. One, a business trust that pays your family trust. We'll teach you how to actually get a beneficiary to trust, and you have to have a witness. It always have to be a 3-person contract. But the third one will also be the 501c3 foundational trust fund. That is what we call a complex trust fund. Listen, our experts do all the things that we don't want to do, but you got free access to communicating anytime you want to actually start building it. Is that okay?
Yes.
Before I show y'all the money, are y'all doing okay right now? Y'all having a good time so far?
Oh, yes, yes.
Anybody picking up anything, getting some good ideas about their life and their legacy, some wealth strategies, asset cash flow? Good stuff. I
Mhm.
see a few people on the line. I know Mr. Turner, you're one of them. But anybody has had any experience, even if you've been in 2 days, 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months, anything from the tax side, the credit, the debt, the bill side. Can you guys come on and share anything that you like so far about your wealth membership, or what got you excited about it?
Yes. Okay.
Mr. Ponder, I will speak. If no one is not going to speak, I'll say something.
Hey, Mr. Lane, where you checking
Hey,
in
how
from?
you doing? What I can testify to is that since I joined,
Okay.
as far as my credit, it has risen. I was a high 600, well, like almost 700, but it has risen. Also, what I just done, you probably haven't mentioned it yet. I don't know if I'm getting ahead of you, Mr. Ponder, but the fundable 360.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't mentioned it yet, but I don't want to jump too far ahead. But I have also applied for the fundable 360, and it's amazing when you talked about how professional and how everybody, how their team want to help you. They called me every day to make sure I'm on top of my business.
Good.
And so I'm looking forward to that too. And I'm not going to get too far ahead because they don't know what the Fundable 360 is.
Fine.
But it's amazing what this company can offer you.
Awesome. Give him a round of applause. That's phenomenal. And Mr. Lane is a business owner. Keep in mind, some people right now in their 40s and 50s are in school. Some people are students, right? Some people are employees. Some people are business owners. Some people are military people. But what he's talking about is our business 360 fundable. We have a program that help actually business owners get funding for their businesses or whatever you need money or funding for. They'll show you how to set it up. We got an 8-step process to actually do. So, Mr. Lane, if you brand new taking that kind of action, salute to you. Salute to you.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
And I heard you say something about the credit. I'll tell you a little bit. Mine, when I first started in the industry, I was at like a 560. Right now, they got me at a 680, 685. You know how they be up and down or whatever. But that puts me in a better position to actually get another investment or even kind of better loan. But yeah, that's some good stuff. Anybody else got some?
Well, I'll say something. Of course, we're new to it and just getting into it. But Fred got a text. I thought he got a text today from the business people that was looking at just regular bills that we had, and he got a text that said that he's going to be paying $62 less a
Awesome.
month on a
Awesome.
bill.
Yes.
And there's, so they just started looking at, the things that we have going out. So we're excited about, the decrease in the things that we're about to see.
I love that.
And then,
Go ahead. You were finishing with something.
2 days.
In 2 days. That's what I was about to say. Is that part when it comes to bill negotiation. Again, I say you upload any bills. I say upload your speeding tickets if you got any. See what they can do for you. But it doesn't take that long to actually have them just negotiate. I had a guy paying the Comcast bundle for like 160, 70, and they got that down in like 2 days. Again, in 2 days to 107. So it's like saving $60. Imagine you got the 149 membership before you even told anybody about it. Now you got at least $60 you can take as a cash, put it into this asset. So now this business can start creating some more what?
Mm-hmm.
Cash flow.
Cash flow.
Cash. Everybody say that with me. Cash.
cash.
Let's get the cash from the bills. We're gonna put it in what? An asset.
That's
asset.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Once our business starts growing as an asset, it should produce what? Cash flow.
Cash flow.
Right? That's exactly where they're at. They're in that asset position. Now let's start moving it towards like the trust fund or any of those kind of things. Whatever you want to do with your money, right? It's your life. But congratulations, right? Mr. Turner, you got anything? Anybody else?
Yes, I can say you're doing an amazing job telling us, breaking down this information. And like you said, when you get this membership, you get a team of experts. And then experts, they know what to do. So they're going to tell you where to put your money and where not to put your money. And so I did what the expert told me to do. I uploaded my 3 credit reports, and my score went from the 5s up into the 7s. And I also
100-point increase. Congrats.
yes, I also had a bill was the amount of the bill was like $296, and they told me I was paying on that every month. And they told me to pay an extra $35, and that got lowered to $114. So the experts know what they're talking about. When they tell you to do something, you just follow their instructions. You will see great savings.
Good, good, good. And you guys keep this in mind. We said 3 down, right? 1 up.
Yes.
A lot of people talk about our credit scores because we're working on different areas in the taxes of our own personal life, our debt in our own personal life. See, what my debt story, I went to Florida A&M University. I have my own marketing agency now. I also went to the Atlanta School of Massage. I have a full mobile massage practice here in Atlanta. I have 10 female and male massage therapists. But before MWR Financial, my debt to wealth plan was over 80 years. Can you guys imagine me in my 30s and waiting 80 more years to get out of debt? But MWR got me to a plan where my debt-free day is going to be in 9 years from now. It's like 2031. But they also gave me $1 million date as well that I'm looking to get to faster and slower. So it's a lot of little pieces in there that they work on that help your credit score get up and makes life a lot easier. That's good.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I stop and I pause on this part because I want people to understand before I start talking about the money side has to do with building a business. Everybody say building a business.
Building a
Building a
business.
business.
Everybody who gets our wealth membership does not have to build a business. However, a lot of people just get the business just to lower their taxes. Anybody okay with lowering their taxes?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
See, the thing is that even if you upgrade it for $100, you have access to all this money I'm about to show you. The company pays up to $5.4 million. I currently earn $1,500 a month in residual income. Everybody know what residual income is?
Yes.
Residual means you do
Yes.
something one time, but you get paid over and over and over for that. And because of my testimony, I have a team in about 9 different states. And I'm gonna show you guys how we actually figure out how to start earning leverage income from that as well. So I say that to say once again is if you like everything in that membership for $100 more, or if I know something at the end of this call, if you stick around, I'll tell you, right? But for that wealth membership, it pays for itself. Is that good to say?
Mhm. Yes.
If you guys can hang in about another 5 to 10 more minutes, I promise not to be long, but I want to make sure that everybody understands our compensation plan. Everybody say compensation.
Compensation.
Everything rises and falls on leadership. Have you been told that everywhere in your life?
Mhm.
The beautiful thing is, Mr. Turner, excuse me if I mess up any of your partners or friends' spirits on the line. I got to say the word pyramid, right? Because every business structure is in the shape of a pyramid. Is that correct? Is anybody familiar with that? At the
Yeah.
top of
Yeah.
every corporate company is how many CEOs?
Wow.
One.
One.
Then you got presidents, vice presidents, secretaries, upper management, lower management. Then where is everybody else at? Where they fall in at?
At the top.
An employee.
Under them.
Under them, but as an employee, right?
Yes.
Y'all remember in the diagram with the little pendulum when I was like W2, home-based business, and then capital gains?
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
people who have capital gains are typically business owners because they teach other people how to work for them, right? So in this kind of industry, we teach everybody how to become a LLC or a lifestyle and legacy coach, or I like to say a CEO. You start at the top of your company, and I'm gonna give you a sidebar education. Everybody who is a home-based business owner, you need 2 things. Put this in your notes. You have to have a team of financial experts. Do you think that Google has a team of financial experts? Nike has a team of financial experts?
Yes, yes.
So you too, as a LLC, even with the home-based business, you now have a team of financial experts. But the second thing that you have to have is a marketing team. Everybody say marketing.
Marketing.
Do you guys believe that Google, Nike, Facebook has a marketing team? YouTube. Every company that we can think of has a marketing team. So the biggest thing is I want you guys to see is the numbers get bigger as the numbers get bigger from top to bottom. We have 3 major positions. And Les Brown, if you ever heard of him, he has a quote that says, it's better to aim high and miss rather than aiming low and hit it. Anybody see a monthly income goal on this screen that would make your life a little bit better?
Yes.
Most definitely.
Anybody shoot out what your number is? Mine is 6,000. I'm gonna be humble and tell y'all my number is $6,000 a month. Is what I'm shooting for. Anybody see a number that would make your life a little bit better?
Yes, sir.
What's that number?
Short-term goals is 3,000. Long-term goals is 12,000.
I like that. Anybody like any other numbers?
What'd you say?
Here's what y'all got. What number looks cute monthly?
Oh, short term, long term, short term, 4,500.
Nice go.
And then the long term is 30.
I like y'all. I like all y'all because y'all be humble and modest, right? Anybody would be okay with an extra $450,000 a month?
Of course.
Just a little bit of cash. The key thing is that no matter who you are, we have 3 positions, executive suites. We have a few executives on the line right now. Our executives earn anywhere from $150 per month all the way up to what Mr. Hill said, $4,500 per month, right? I'm going to tell you a little bit about it because keep these numbers in your spirit and in your notes. 3, 12, 36. Repeat. 3, 12, 36, repeat. What that means is how many people from what I just talked about before we start talking about sharing this, because this side of the business is about sharing it. This is the side where you can find creative ways on social media or at the church or wherever you are at to network. Everybody say network.
Network.
How many people agree that your network is your net worth? It's a referral system and definitely a business. But how many people know 3 people who probably need to lower their taxes? How many people know 3 people who need a complex trust fund? How many people know 3 people who probably want to improve their credit score? With your education, you can easily hear somebody who says, hey, man, I need to work on my credit. You can easily have a conversation about, man, how much you paying in taxes? How much are you giving away in taxes? Right? What debt plan are you working? Y'all see how we can start coaching and helping people out to get to those goals? So the key thing is that executive director puts you in a position to earn $5 every day. 5 times 30 is $150 every single month. How much is the wealth membership every month?
$149.97.
So are you anybody okay with the 3-cent profit? All right. A profit is a profit, right?
Yeah.
But for anybody looking at the 2 PC means personal customer. When you get your wealth membership, you're your own customer first. This keeps us under DSA laws. Put that in your notes. Go research it. DSA stands for Direct Selling Association. This is the only industry that has proven to create the most millionaires and billionaires because we teach leverage and residual income. If anybody has ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki, he teaches that residual income is customers. Leverage income is partners. How many people want to earn leverage income?
Yes.
Leverage income is best explained by a guy named Jean Paul. I should say it the right way. Jean. It's a German guy. Jean Paul Getty. He said, I'd rather earn 1% off 100% other people's efforts than off of 100% of my own efforts. Why? Because if anything ever happened to me, 99% of the work still gets done. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to say I'm commissioned to have over 50 plus people on my team right now. What position has 50 plus team members on their team right now?
Star executive director.
What one? Which one is it?
$50 a day,
3-star executive director. You have to have a minimum 36. My team has grown to like 53, 54 people at this moment. So that means I earn a minimum $18,250 every single year without fail. Would that help anybody today?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing is that 3 people automatically always duplicates to 12 because how many people do you know that will want to get their business self-funded as well as executive director? Everybody probably would, right? Nobody wants overhead. Definitely ladies, I have a mobile massage business. My overhead is at least $500 for washing sheets, getting new oils, gas, y'all see what I'm saying? Maintenance. That's a whole expense in itself. But $150 to come talk to beautiful people like y'all who want to get wealthy for less than an hour is worth the $50 every day. Is that making sense?
Yes.
So put this in the chat. 12 people, 12 equals 600. When I got to $600 a month in 2020, y'all, with this company, I was able to put my car note and my car insurance on autopilot. That was Mr. Turner. You know, that was the only reason why I got in here. As a young man, I did not want to pay my car note. I didn't want to pay the car insurance. So I got into business. My mom, cousins, families, some friends, or some random people I met, they got started for their own reason. Put this in your memory. You're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. This is a collective team army. This is a volunteer army. Like the presentation said before, you can cancel anytime you want. Nobody's making anybody stay on the Zoom, right? So that 12 also becomes 36 because it only takes 3 people in their business to have their business self-funded, to still take advantage of the membership that pays up to $2,000 just for working on their taxes, credit, debt, bills, and expenses anyway. Is everybody tracking with me?
Yes.
As I close out, regional directors earn anywhere from $6,000 to $30,000 per month. My mentor who put me in this business makes 6 figures at his job, but he also is a regional director that makes extra $73,000 every single month from this part-time business while he still has a 6-figure job. That's a good lifestyle, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
The number one income earner, and I think he's on the slide, he's actually the owner of the Extra Digit Movement. He actually is now at $1,500 a month as a national director. That's a minimum $45,000 a month. And I have to tell you guys this, it's just the vision of understanding that he says his monthly bills is about $7,000. Even for his 2 homes, mortgage and all his bills is about $7,000 a month. Can you guys imagine what he does with the extra $30,000? Every single month? And the first week, what would you do? Put that in your notes. If all the money and fell out the ceiling right now, what would you do with an extra $45,000 every single month? So we do want to share this with you guys, not to bury it or knock it in your head, but this is possible. Everybody say this is possible.
This is
This is
possible.
possible.
All right. Here's an example of his check back in the day. She says in the middle of it to the right, it says daily guarantee, $1,000. So 1,000 times 30 days, that's $30,000. But also we get leadership bonuses. This means when my team in Connecticut, my team in Texas generates new prospects or new customers, we can earn $30 to $150, right? So that means when you build a business and you get started as a home-based business owner and any of your 3 partners yield a new customer, a new partner, the company is going to pay you up to $150 per person who comes into business through your partners. Anybody okay with that?
Yes.
Great. Example. This is Mr. Clovell. We talked about people in the military as well. He went from the military to multiple assets. In the screen, you guys see it says 5-figure silver collection. 5 figures means $10,000, ladies and gentlemen. Those are his actual silver bricks that he bought from our next level program called Precious Metals. He has over $10,000 in value of bricks. I keep calling them bricks, silver bars, right? But also what I want you guys to pay attention to is if you look close, he's holding a deed. That is a land deed that he got from MWR Financial from the Antelope Valley, California, maybe from his military pension or Social Security or his 401k. He was able to purchase a parcel of land out there in Antelope Valley, California. And the key thing is they teaches us how to hold it for a 2 to 3 year hold time. Now, whatever he invested, if it's $40,000, $50,000, some people on this line have friends in this business who are yielding more than $1 million in asset because they held it for the last 3 or 4 years. Anybody okay with that kind of life?
Yes.
Great friends of mine to this day. Ebony, my brother Derek is in the military, and Kimberly. I think some of these, or a lot of these, are in the military. All of them have complex trust funds, and we go off the John D. Rockefeller quote that says, "Own nothing." Everybody say that with me. Own nothing. Yet control everything.
Control
That's
everything.
what a trust fund does. The government can't penetrate it. The government can't touch it. They can't control it. The only person who control it, and the good thing is that nobody even has to know that you have one. because you're the owner and control of it. What my brother just talked about is our fundable 360 program. For anybody you know, you should offer this program. We have YouTube videos explaining in very good detail. I have a training idea that's in 8 steps that helps everybody understand how to take advantage of the fundable 360. But this is a part about leveraging everything and multiplying your money section. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you guys too much longer. My 30, 40 minutes of fame is up. I want you guys to know that you don't have to be an expert to win in your own home, in your own apartment. Is it safe to say anybody can? A lot of you guys can read these same slides to a friend or family member.
Yes.
We give you all of these things in our training. We do weekly planning and training hours. We do regional conferences, national conventions in different states and cities. We have, as of the Extra Digit Moon, we have our own Connect and mobile app that shows people that when anybody watches an exposure video, it allows us to know how much of the video that they watch or what to send them next. Is that some good stuff? But if
Yes.
you
Yes.
have not got what the 5 simple steps is, write this down, take a screenshot. Step number 1 is shift your money away from the entities that are taking it from you. That's the government, that's big businesses. Anybody ever get overdraft fees? Banks. Y'all see what I'm saying? Let's start shifting the money away from the people who are taking our hard-earned money. Number 2, if you need help with increasing your cash flow, look at our compensation plan and upgrade to a business owner. If you have some disposable income, if you are a person who has a 401k, I always like to give an example of, because I know a lot of people who work jobs like me. We got the 401k that you can start putting some of that they're matching into assets that'll help your money make more money. Protect. That is our complex trust fund program. But LE stands for leverage everything. Everybody repeat after me. I am not the expert. I say this. I am not the expert.
I am not the expert.
I am not the expert.
You do not have to be an accountant. You don't have to be any of those things to help people keep it simple. Everybody say keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Imagine you guys investing 3 figures and saving 5 figures. A lot of people go out individually, everybody, and purchase a CPA. Some people go get just a debt to wealth program. Is it safe to say a debt to wealth program can cost at least $150?
Yes.
That's just that by itself. What about a credit restoration? Anybody ever went down the street and you saw the signs and coming off the expressway? Y'all, you can mute her live for me. Anybody has ever seen the sign says, "Hey, look, we fix credit"? I don't know if anybody would trust somebody who got like colored crayons on them signs and trusting them to do your credit for $500 and they come back to the same. What I'm saying is we got all of that out in home. Is that good?
Yes.
So whoever you are, we thank you guys for coming out. This is the overview of everything that I just went over for you guys in one slide. Either right now you're a number 2 and you want some of this conversation, or you're number 1 like majority of our partners on the line and you want everything that I talked about. Even though I may have stuttered or whatever it is, you may not have been able to understand me, but you understood these simple steps, right? If you're a number 2, that means you want the membership only. That means you want the experts to do all the work for you when it comes to everything, debt, taxes, credit. You want the investment options, the trust fund. You want the DCA, the private reserve account, the PRAs. You want all of that. It comes inside the membership. We also have some things called give bucks. Get back with a person, ask them about give bucks. It's a lot of things that we actually have in there, but the only thing about the number 2 position is you can't get paid. You don't get the home-based benefits, okay? That's the only caveat to that, is that you don't get the home-based business. You can't lower your taxes by 10% because you're not a business owner, right? The government rewards business owners because they are providing a service. That's clear as day, right? So a lot of people upgrade. Everybody say upgrade.
Upgrade.
For $100 one time, you get everything: our lifestyle portal, our legacy portal, our Visa commission card. You do get a full Visa, so you can actually have your money sent directly there or to your bank account of your choice. The residual income and all of those things that you see there. But somebody asked me, what's the catch for today? What's the catch?
What's the catch? What's the catch?
I ain't gonna hold y'all. What the company is doing right now, and I believe it's until the end of this month. And that's probably next Wednesday at the latest. So if you're watching the recording, I hope that you're seeing this in time, but if not, $249 is not a lot of money. The company is waiving the $100 upgrade fee to start the business. So if you were a person who was just thinking about just being a number 2 and getting a wealth membership, get the business and lower your taxes. Because that way, all you need to do is connect with your partner who actually invited you to see this, and they're going to give you a code that actually waives that $100 fee. Is that okay with everybody? All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. I hope I kept it in the time frame right here at time. If I took too long, I apologize. But if you have any questions, I will stop the recording. And just no matter what, give yourselves a round of applause and everybody you see here, because they're actually taking a step for their families. And I'm excited to see that no matter who you are. And I look forward to doing this business with you all. Thank you guys for your time. And I'll see you on the next Zoom or training with us. All right.
All right.
So much.
If you got any questions, stick around.
Thank you.